Good morning, class 6th. Today we will continue the explanation of chapter 6, that is changes around us. I hope there is no doubt in the previous explanation. In last video or lecture we have studied about different kind of changes and classified them on the basis of their reversibility, that whether the change is reversible or irreversible. Today we will study about the same thing, but we will also study about some of the factors that helps to create that change. For example, here you can see some of the tools which have wooden hand, right? So how it is fixed and what procedure is used to make them strong enough to last for years, right? So we are going to study that. So your heading is, could there be other ways to bring a change? We all have seen the tools which we use to dig the soil. Have you ever seen how the iron blade is these tools is fixed to the wooden handle? Actually, you will be amazed by knowing that the ring of iron is made slightly smaller than the size of the wooden handle. Now you must be thinking that if the ring is in small size, then we how we make it cover the wooden handle, right? So the iron blade of these tools has a ring in which the wooden handle is fixed. Normally, the ring is slightly smaller in size than the wooden handle. You must have listened about the expansion of metallic materials in summers. That's why the telephone lines or railway track is made with some gap, right? Because in summer the metal or metallic objects somewhat expand in size. The same procedure is used, or you can say same trick is used here. Here, to fix the handle, we heat the ring. When we heat it, it becomes slightly larger in size, that is, it expands. Now, the ring is slightly larger in size than the wooden handle. Now we can easily make it fit on the wooden handle. When the ring cools down, it comes back to its normal size, that means it contracts and fits tightly onto the handle. This is the trick behind making the handle tightly fixed in the iron ring. Okay, so such a change can also be observed in one more way. How? You must have seen wooden cart, right? So in that, metal rim is slightly made smaller than the wooden wheel. When we heat them, means when we heat the rim, okay? When we heat the rim, on heating it expands and it becomes larger, slightly larger in size than the wheel. Again, we'll keep the wheel between the metal rim and we will pour some cold water over it. That cold water helps it to cool down. When it cools, as we know, metal contracts, that rim contracts as well and becomes smaller in size. When it becomes smaller in size, it tightly fits over the wooden wheel, make it strong and long lasting for many years. It will now go through many rough and tough situations easily. Along with this, I would like to give you another example that if we heat water in pan, it will become decrease with time. So, yes, we have already discussed it in chapter 5 that the water when evaporated can bring back to its original form or water by the process of condensation, means cooling it. So, water have three states of matter and all the states are interreversible. How? If we heat water it will become evaporated. If we cool it by condensation, it will come back to its liquid form. If we freeze water, it will become ice, but if we melt the ice, we will get the water back. So these forms are reversible. Okay. Now, I would like to discuss activity 7, and this will give you some more example and more knowledge to you. Take a small candle and measure its length with a scale. Note this figure on rough paper. Now fix it at a suitable place and light it. Let it burn for some time. Now blow out the candle and measure its length again. And compare this length with the previous noted length. Can the length of the candle change? Changed candle length is reversible. If we were to take some wax in a pan and heat it, can this change be reversed? Can this change be reversed? Means there are two conditions. What I want to explain you here. In first condition, you have seen the length of candle is changed. It become quite shorter than the previous length. Okay. But in the second condition, you have taken wax in the pan and you were heating it. It become melted. In first condition, the wax is melted along with burning, and burning produces two new products, that is ash and smoke. But in second condition, your wax is only melted. If you keep it aside for some time, it becomes cool and come back to its original solid form. But in the previous case, you have heated along with burning. You cannot bring the burnt wax back, right? So only lighting a candle contains two changes: irreversible and reversible. Burning of wax is irreversible change, and your melting of wax is reversible change. Here I would also like to introduce two more terms to you because it is your chapters, new chapter in the class 7. We will study it in higher class, but you should know about them. That is chemical and physical changes. Chemical changes are those changes which include some chemical reaction, and these changes are irreversible. Mostly they are irreversible. You cannot bring this original thing back. Like your candle, when you heat the wax, that will only melt, but if you burn the wax, it becomes ash and smoke, and both are new products. There is one chemical reaction involved to form a new product. It changes the chemical composition of the particular product we are using, right? So this is chemical change. In physical change, only physical properties or appearances change, like size of candle is reduced, but it is still candle, it is still wax. Similarly, if we have a long tree and we cut it into small logs, that logs are still made of wood. It doesn't mean if we are cutting the wood, it is a chemical change. No, it is a physical change only, because there is only change in length of wood. Okay, there is no change in composition of wood. So when there is a change in physical properties or appearance, it is called physical change, and when there is a change in chemical properties or chemical composition, it is called chemical change. It is enough for your level because you will study it in detail in next class. It have a full chapter on this. Okay, so here I would wind up with the some more example that will add more knowledge to you about these kind of changes. Yes, if you stick and if you have an incense stick and you burn it, what happened? You cannot bring it back. It is irreversible change. Why? Because you cannot bring that incense stick back by the from the smoke and the ash that left behind. Okay. Yes, we cannot see the gases but can sense them due to their pleasant smell in the case of incense stick. Yes, can this change be reversed? No, it is irreversible change. And what about the change which occurred in the matchstick you used to lighting the candle or incense stick? The matchstick is burned. You cannot bring that burned wood back because it become ash now. So it is an irreversible change again. So far we have discussed the changes occurring in a given object or its material. What about the changes that occur when two substances are mixed together? For example, if we mix sugar or salt in water and stir it, it becomes invisible, right? Because both are mixed well. But can you bring the salt back? Yes, you can bring. We have already studied this as well in chapter 5, that by evaporating the whole water, we your we will get a white layer on the container. That white layer is nothing. If it is, it may be your sugar or salt as per your used material. Okay. If you want to get that water as well, you can condense it and collect it in a separate container. Yes, a small quantity of curd is added to warm milk. The milk is stirred and is set aside for few hours at a warm place. In a few hours, the milk changes into curd. Can this change be reversed? Actually, this change can't be reversed because your milk is one thing. After adding curd, it will become curd after few hours. Means that curd is different from milk. They both have different chemical composition. So when your milk settles into curd, it is totally chemically changed and that cannot become milk again. It is the same case in cheese or paneer, you can say. If we get the paneer, we cannot bring the milk back. If we make it into sweets, we cannot bring the milk back. So these kind of chemical changes, which involves chemical change in chemical composition, cannot be bring back. When I'll talk about tea, it is one more an example from your kitchen. You will take water, sugar, tea leaves, and milk. You make them into a particular composition as per your taste, and you will heat it. After heating, you will get tea. Can you bring the milk, tea leaves, sugar, water back separately? No, because it is again a chemical change which involves some chemical change in chemical composition. So you cannot bring the raw material back. So it is also an irreversible change. For example, your pencil, if you sharp it, it will change into size, but it is still pencil. If you talk about a pencil of 1 feet, 1 foot, or 2 feet, if you talk about a pencil of 1 inch, both are pencil. There is no change in chemical composition, so it is a physical change or reversible change, right? No, it is irreversible. If you sharp the pencil, you cannot bring the whole big pencil back. So always remember that physical changes are also irreversible. Okay, there are some physical changes which are irreversible too. Burning of cracker, if you burn the cracker, can you bring the new cracker back? No, you can't, because it is already burned into smoke and ash, right? Similarly, if you grow older, your height increases, can you come back? No, it is also a growth of animal, plant, or growth of human. All are irreversible changes. You cannot bring the same human back to the small size or the childhood. Okay, so these are some of the irreversible and reversible changes. Okay, in this chapter we have studied about them only, that there are different kind of changes. One is called reversible if it can be bring back to its original form, and on the other hand some are called irreversible because they are not able to come back to their original form, right? So it is possible that some of them could be reversed. Thus changes around us grouped as those which can be reversed and which cannot be reversed. Okay, if there is any doubt you can ask me, and go through these keywords once and read your whole chapter. After that, if you think that there is any question arises in your mind, you can ask. Okay, try to solve this exercise. Otherwise, I'll give you the exercise and answer to these exercises as well. Thank you.